Hi friends, thank you for tuning in. Judy here. If you love freedom, democracy, human rights, and more, if you believe that regular people deserve to live happy lives, welcome to join Candy's world. Her world is my dream world, my ideal world. If you share my values, you're more than welcome to join us. It's completely free. Why? Well, first and foremost, it's a world without Trump and Trumpers. And second, in Candy's world, every single human being is treated equally and fairly. And third, it's a harmonious society where people love and respect one another. Why is the Trump-free world is so important? Well, I believe anyone outside his MAGA cult, anyone who can still think logically and independently, can see that Trump is actively harming the future of this country. For example, look at how he's damaged relationships with American closest allies through tariffs or his bizarre comments about Greenland and Canada. I could go on and on. The list is endless. And as I've said in my previous videos, I truly believe that Trump is intentionally weakening America, draining its soft power, and ruining its global reputation. He hasn't just weakened America's influence, he's also weakened NATO. We all know this, right? But the question is, why? Is it because he's a Russian intelligence asset? Or is it because he's incredibly greedy? Or is it just stupid? If you've watched my earlier videos, my friends, you know that I don't have concrete evidence to prove that Trump is a Russian asset. But in my personal opinion, he behaves exactly like a Russian strategic investment. Think about it, my friends. Russia wants to fracture the NATO alliance because Moscow views its expansion as a direct threat. And Russia doesn't want a strong NATO or a powerful America. But they can't just wage a war against a US-led NATO. Instead, the Kremlin relies on a strategy of spreading disinformation through powerful figures and influencers to erode public trust. I'm sure you see it too, right? Trump has been doing everything to divide both the US and NATO. Great leaders, whether they are running a country, a company, or just a large family, they try their best to unite people, not divide them on a daily basis. That's why I believe Trump is no patriot. He simply knows how to weaponize patriotism to manipulate people who easily fall for his lies. He's a master manipulator, and Trump craves the absolute power of a dictator like Putin, driven by pure greed. And in order to get the absolute power, it divides the country tears apart families and friendships, and fractures the world. Yes, I've also talked about it in my previous videos. Dictators always exploit human differences to divide and conquer because it brings them power and money and more. By the way, if you haven't watched those videos, please check them out in the description and comments. So, in my view, Trump is not stupid. He just knows how to leverage ignorance and use stupidity to manipulate the uneducated. He might act foolish on a daily basis, but he isn't as dumb as people think. For instance, he knows that his core MAGA base doesn't care if he hides a fire. That all those leaked details about him and that belong the system don't affect them. Personally, I think those scandals are just a distraction to keep people from talking about the Iran war or rumors about whether he's a gay or bi. Yeah, Trump knows that his base doesn't care about things like having an affair with a young woman, but they do care about words or if he's a gay. Trump knows exactly what his followers think. To put it another way, the people running the MAGA movement are evil, not stupid. But the everyday followers are easily misled. They are stupid. But it's not entirely their fault. It's a systemic issue. The education systems in most countries are designed to keep ordinary citizens compliant and uncritical. That's why you'll find Trump-like figures all over the world. Now, my friends, you know why Trump is tearing the United States apart and destroying the future of America. Is driven by greed, and it functions like a Russian asset. But he's not stupid. What do you think, my friends? Do you agree with me? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And my friends, can this world is a Trump-free world? If you would like to join us, you're always welcome.